Welcome back to another episode of Safe Buys. This is Safe, and today I wanted to give you guys a quick overview of what I think is the best truly wireless earbud out there. Of course, extremely subjective with earbuds, which is why I considered not even making this video. But I did want to give my opinion, as there are a lot of objective reviewers out there that provide a great opinion, like Picky Audio. If you have Flossie Carter, who's tried out way more headsets, it's a lot of opinions out there. I just wanted to throw my opinion in the mix because I think it is different, and those other reviewers are the reason I ended up buying all of these, just to see if the sound quality out of any of these other earbuds is so good that it warrants me skipping out on a lot of the benefits I believe are afforded by the AirPods Pro 2. I do have a certain bias here. I have been using the AirPods Pro 2 for the longest. Before that, I was using the AirPods Pro 1, and the AirPods Pro are the reason I switched over to iPhone from my Google Pixel 2 XL back in the day. I have been dailying a Pixel 8 Pro for the past month or since it released. I did want to see if the AirPods Pro 2 are the best ones for that, and my iPhone 15 Pro Max. And conclusion up front, the AirPods Pro 2 are still the best earbuds in my opinion. And I think the main reason I could attribute my thoughts to this being the best is the seamlessness of the user experience. And I described that as the controls are the best in the game. Like, all of these earbuds, you can control them in various ways, but none of them come close to the accuracy and ability to avoid unintended button presses as with the AirPods Pro 2. The AirPods Pro 2 allow you to change the volume on the stem. They allow you to squeeze to control the noise canceling on and off, and that is way better than any of the touch interface implementations afforded here. And the ability to skip a track, go back a track, all that stuff. I only ever really do the noise canceling, transparency, increase and decrease volume is major key to me, and this is the only one that does it right. The comfort and security of the fit, extremely subjective, but these fit extremely secure for me given the comfort, because usually with comfort, it's like if it's too comfortable, it's usually not secure in your ear. You can't work out in it, and vice versa, right? If it's too secure, it's not that comfortable. And all of these are secure in my ear, to give you a reference of what my ear shape is, but this one's definitely the most comfortable. And the AirPods Pro 2 also has the most aftermarket. You can get different ear tips, and the ones I have on right now are the SpinFit ear tips. These aren't the stock AirPods Pro ear tips. And the reason I'm using the SpinFit is it's basically just like the AirPods Pro regular stock ear tips, but these ones have more friction. So I can do a complete HIIT workout in the gym and these won't budge. It fits in the case perfectly, doesn't affect charging at all. And if the SpinFit ear tips aren't doing it for you, it's not keeping it secure enough in your ear, you also have these wing tips, these AHA style wing tips, which you can attach to your AirPods. Granted, you do have to put these on and off if you want to charge your buds and close the case after. The case won't close with these on, but this gives you Beats Fit Pro level of security in your ear on your AirPods Pro. And so the fact that these are so prolific, the AirPods Pro, means you have the most support from different manufacturers for third-party stuff. And the skin you see on it here as well, this is a SlickWraps skin. I didn't apply it perfectly, but it was good enough for me to avoid scratches on this extremely delicate AirPods Pro case, which shows scratches like instantly from the moment you take it out of the box, pretty much. Like I said, functionally and user experience wise, it's just seamless. Plus, when I'm out and about, this one's the easiest to take out of the thing, by the way. And the best way to portray how easy it is to put these buds in and out of the case, take them in and out of your ear, is to sort of hamper yourself a bit by putting on gloves. And this is a test I did. I'm about to dive into which of these earbuds I think is the best for music sound quality, and specifically music, okay, for YouTube, podcasts, everything like that. I do prefer the AirPods Pro 2. They block out the most noise for me. They provide the clearest sound in the gym, when I'm walking around, when I'm listening to podcasts and YouTube and movies and everything like that. But for music, the one I enjoy music on the most is the Sony WF-1000XM5s. I'm about to dive into why that is. But I did want to say that the AirPods Pro 2 are the only earbuds I recommend. They are the only safe buy. You don't need to watch the rest of the video. I wouldn't recommend any of these other earbuds to any family member based on my experience with them. They either don't fit as securely, the controls are messed up, there's issues with connectivity. And this is as someone, you know, who has a Pixel 8 Pro as well. Even if I was on Android, I would still get an Apple AirPods Pro. I would find someone in my household or a friend or someone who has an iPhone, or maybe even get one, a really cheap iPhone from Facebook Marketplace marketplace so I can adjust the settings on these and get them updated. To me, having to deal with that occasional hassle when I need to update or change the config settings, which is a rare occurrence for me with the AirPods Pro 2, is better than dealing with the daily hassle afforded by any of these other earbuds. They also have the most third-party ear tips. As I've already said, this is the Comply memory foam ear tips, and these are insane. The Comply memory foam ear tips are the safest buy for ear tips for the AirPods Pro 2. They're better than the SpinFit, better than the wing tips in my experience. And I don't even like memory foam tips. What's great about these, I don't need to push the memory foam in. I can literally put it without having to squeeze the memory foam. Not gonna shift in the gym, not gonna shift when I'm sleeping. And you can drown out all the noise, play some white noise in the background while you're sleeping. Anyone snoring, any background noise, drowned out by the soothing sound of Apple's whatever background noises they chose. Definitely Comply memory foam ear tips are the best for me. And if I want a super secure fit, I can squeeze them and then you put them in and bam. You just extra ensure that these are never gonna fall out. So I don't even see the need for the wing tips anymore. Like, I would just go Comply memory foam and then you're set. You can buy these on Amazon too. I'll put the links in the description. Yeah, so AirPods Pro 2, the only safe buy. I didn't want that to be the case. I even went ahead and bought the OnePlus Buds Pro 2, and no, these ain't it. These won't even fit in my ear. I don't know if there's third-party manufacturers that are selling ear tips for this. I could go ahead and try and find out, but even then, I don't prefer these for sound quality. I don't prefer them for the case. I don't prefer them for anything. There's definitely YouTubers out there that prefer these for sound quality. Again, if you're looking for sound quality, you're probably going to need to try all of these yourself, because I prefer the Sony WF-1000XM5 for sound quality for music, and I haven't seen anyone else really say that when compared up against some of these other ones. So super subjective. The safest bet here again is the AirPods Pro 2. Has the most third-party ear tips. It's not really a hard decision in my opinion. Definitely not between all of the earbuds I've tested. I thought it would be harder, but no. AirPods Pro 2 all day, every day. If you think differently, I'm interested. I want to know someone else who tried the AirPods Pro 2 and then bought another one of these earbuds and then was like, no, this one's definitely better for me. That's what I want to know. Do those people exist? And if so, have you tried the different ear tip options for the AirPods Pro 2? In my experience, like even the stock tips fit me fine, like they fit me near perfect, but sometimes the left one will fall out. But then with the Comply memory foam or the SpinFit silicone ones, they don't fall out. And definitely with the wing tips, obviously, they don't fall out, but then you can't close the case. If all you came for was which is the best bud out there, it's the AirPods Pro 2. On with the video. Thanks for watching. That is the primary reason why I prefer the AirPods Pro 2. Now for sound quality, that is not the case. I think for sound quality, extremely subjective again. I've heard Flossie Carter prefers the Beoplay EX as his #1 based on one of the videos I watched. And then the Denon Perl Pros. They sound good, don't get me wrong. I think all of these sound good. The LinkBuds S sounds good. The Pixel Buds Pro sound good. But to me, the only ones that really blew my mind, and again, this might be subjective, is the bright setting, specifically the bright EQ, and I've tried the EQs on all of these, including the AirPods Pro. Let me take off the gloves. On the Sony WF-1000XM5s. Now let me just sort of try and drive the point home here, how impressed I was with the sound quality here. So these earbuds here, the WF-1000XM5s on the bright EQ, sound to me better than the AirPods Max for music, okay? These massive headphones make music sound less enjoyable to me than these tiny WF-1000XM5s. Now, I don't know if that means I have weird hearing or whatever it is, but the instrument separation, and I'm gonna try to sound like an audiophile, but I'm not, like the instrument separation, the clarity of all the instruments, the vocals, it just feels like I'm watching something with Ultra HDR turned on versus when I'm listening on the AirPods Pro 2. It's still 4K. Still 4K, like high quality sound, but it's not with Ultra HDR, like it's not contrasty, it's not very, and some people might not like that, you know, some people might say this is too, what have I heard people in reviews saying causes ear fatigue or listening fatigue or something like that. To me, when I'm listening to music, I want to really enjoy it. I want to like get lost in it. And I find myself listening to old songs that I just hear more detail on when I listen through the WF-1000XM5s. And that is the primary reason why I'm actually seriously considering keeping these, because even for focus music, while I'm working or studying or whatever, listening to focus music on these with the bright EQ for my ears is amazing, okay? They're extremely comfortable. Obviously not as comfortable as the AirPods Pro. Like the AirPods Pro 2, I literally forget they're in my ear. And again, that's extremely subjective. I know people, they don't fit in their ears, which is why you need to buy your earbuds from a place that allows you to return them. In all likelihood, you might buy 1 or 2 of these before you find the one, right? But yeah, this is just an opinion. And I hope that drove the point home here of how much I like these. I mainly am listening to basically WWE music, Shawn Michaels theme songs, stuff like that these days, and Guitar Hero Legends of Rock, that entire playlist, Tenacious D, all that stuff. And also like some soulful music, Dennis Lloyd and London Grammar and other soulful music sometimes when you feel in a certain way. But the Bright EQ for all kinds of music for me is killing it. But then I wish, by the way, a feature request here, I wish it could detect when I'm listening to music versus when I'm not, because I do not want to have to go into the EQ and change it every time, which is something I believe that's why Apple doesn't make the EQ easily accessible. They want to make it like seamless for the user. The customization options are there, it's just hidden. Okay, it's extremely hidden for the AirPods Pro 2. I believe the perfect thing would be to allow basically when it detects you're listening to music, like how hard can it be to have the earbud detect when you're listening to music versus when you're listening to like a video or a movie or something like that, and then have the EQ be able to like set it for each one based on your preferences. That would be the ultimate customization, and since Sony is the king of customization, you should probably go for that at some point. And that's the conclusion up front, guys. If you found that helpful, basically AirPods Pro 2, if you're gonna have one earbud, if they don't fit in your ear though, then try the Sony WF-1000XM5s. But if you prefer sound quality above all else, honestly, you're probably gonna need to try some of these yourself to see which ones you prefer. For me, it's the Sony WF-1000XM5s. Some might prefer the Denon Perl Pros for sound quality. Some might prefer the Beoplay EXs. I don't think anyone's gonna prefer the Pixel Buds Pro or the LinkBuds S for sound quality ultimately. If you're focused on sound quality, be choosing between these 3. For me, it's definitely the Sony WF-1000XM5s, which is pretty good because it's not even the most expensive of these. I believe it's the least expensive of these, especially on the Black Friday sale. You can see you can pay more and still not get better sound quality here with the Beoplay EXs, for example, at least as far as I'm concerned. I know there's other YouTubers out there that beg to differ, but everyone's hearing is different, and that might be why you want to go with the Denon Perl Pros, because it adjusts to your hearing. But even after I did that custom EQ setting like multiple times, I really don't like the sound out of the Denon Perl Pros. I would say it's the Sonys, followed by the Bang & Olufsen, followed by the Denon Perl Pros, followed by the Pixel Buds Pro. And again, I'm referring to music, okay? Followed by the Pixel Buds Pro, followed by the AirPods Pro 2, followed by the LinkBuds S. That's the order I would put it in for sound quality, basically. Yeah, if you found that helpful, drop a like, add a comment below if you disagree highly with anything I said. At the end of the day, what people really want is just other people's opinions. Battery life, I'll talk more about my experience with each of these now in turn, but it's the conclusion up front for all of you that wanted the conclusion. Timestamps below if you want to skip to a specific earbud you want to hear about it. I won't be following a specific format or anything. So here we go. We're gonna put on gloves. And this is just to exaggerate. I don't really wear gloves that often, okay? But this is to exaggerate the ease of use of these buds on the go. So if you have one hand occupied, you have 2 hands occupied, something like that, I might want to really pick up a call quickly. Maybe I want to take it out to talk to someone. As good as transparency mode is, sometimes I still really want to take the buds out. So here, these are relatively slim gloves, relatively tactile. And as you can see, you can grab the AirPods Pro with relative ease there, put them in my ear, easy, take them out. Messes with the hair a bit. But if I'm wearing an ice cap, I'm wearing anything, I have the stem to grab onto and I can hold it like this confidently. I'm not worried about it falling from my hand. And it is like this with gloves, but it is the same when you have no gloves on. It's just the gloves exaggerate basically the difficulty of handling these in every day. And so the harder it is to handle, the more likely it is to fall, the more likely it is to get lost. And these have the best Find My capability, obviously with the case being able to be pinged and everything like that. You can ping the case, each bud individually. You have the Apple Find My network. Obviously, if you were to lose the buds, this one's the most reliable, provided you're in the Apple ecosystem. You have at least one iPhone, and that's that. So that's the AirPods Pro 2, showing you the ease of handling it, basically. Now let's try and do that with the Sony WF-1000XM5. As you can tell, without a stem, and with the way the case is designed here, you can sort of just push your thumb, take it out relatively easy, but then the tips are memory foam tips, and there aren't really aftermarket tips readily available. You see, it just fell out because it's like, it doesn't have a stem, right? It just fell out of my hands. This is the stuff you won't hear about in other reviews, but this is real life stuff. You're going out, you're using your earbuds on the go. Here, you see, you can put them back in, but since they're memory foam tips, you gotta squeeze the ear tip and sort of shove it in your ear. You know, this is comfortable to me. It's secure. I don't mind it, okay? Is it comfortable when you're going to sleep though? No. Plus you're accidentally pressing the button. Even with gloves on, I'm pressing the button and activating controls when I do that. So the proclivity for accidental button presses on all these buds except for the AirPods Pro. As you can see, the gloves make it extremely hard to handle stuff. And so the test is clear here. I just dropped the AirPods Pro 2 as well, but you get my point. So I'll struggle putting these in, and then when I need to take them out, it's like I might drop them. And that is with or without gloves. The gloves just exaggerate basically what I'm trying to show you, and I believe it's working here. So let's say I try to do that with the Pixel Buds, and this is the most common thing you're gonna be doing, right? Is taking the buds in and out of the case. I can't even do it. I can't for the life of me, I can't with the gloves on take out the Pixel Buds Pro from its case. A fail right there. Okay, it's a testament. Like it's equally, I can take the gloves off. It comes out with relative ease, but it means it's that much more likely to fall out of your hands. Actually, I would say the WF-1000XM5s are more likely to fall out of your hands. They're just more piano black. This one's more of a matte, the Pixel Buds Pro, so it is sort of a little more friction in there. I tried putting aftermarket spin fit tips because I always kept adjusting these with the stock tips. And as you can see, the case doesn't really close well, and then sometimes the buds aren't charging. So when I use the aftermarket tips, because of how little people have bought the Pixel Buds Pro, basically there's no incentive for companies to build aftermarket tips for them yet, specifically. So I'm left with having to use the stock tips because these tips won't let the case close properly, or keep shopping around for ear tips. Again, you start to realize the benefits, the hidden benefits here of the AirPods Pro 2 being as prolific as they are. We'll continue on with this test just to show you all of them real quick. Denon Perl Pros. Bam. Now let's try and take it out with gloves on. Virtually, okay, there, it's possible. I'm hitting it from like different angles. I'm trying everything. You can tell basically the ease with which this is happening is not there. You need the extreme tactility of like your individual fingertips and the edge of your fingers to take them out. And this is something you are doing daily, constantly. And I'm able to exaggerate this with gloves. How many times am I gonna say that? Now let's continue. Let's do the Bang & Olufsen. You might be like, why is this guy focusing on this so much? I believe this is the most important thing, is taking it in and out of the case. Because it has a stem, it's easy to take out. Now, I believe what this means is everyone should just adopt the stem design, right? I know there's some people that die by the like stemless design, like the look of it. But honestly, when it comes to functionality, handling my earbud in daily use, plus the ability to put the controls on the stem in a similar way that Apple did will help avoid accidental presses like no other. Bang & Olufsen had an opportunity to do that, but then they still opted for touch controls on the tip itself, like over here, which was an interesting, like you went for the stem and then you just sort of stopped halfway there by giving us touch controls like every other earbud, which was interesting. The glove test here on the OnePlus Buds Pro 2. There, it's open and easy to take out and put in your ear. Great to put in the ear, like damn near perfect, almost as good as the AirPods Pro 2 if it wasn't for the left bud falling out of the ear. The right one sticks in there, so maybe for you it'll fit fine. If this fits fine in your ear and you want to take that risk, I would go for it. You know, it's a good option to get that AirPods Pro fit, but not have to be in the Apple ecosystem to get the benefits of multi-point Bluetooth connectivity. Granted, you have to deal with, you know, the poor active noise canceling, but not a bad pair of buds. And you are getting better sound quality for music as a result of trading that off, as well as easier EQ customization. So I wouldn't go for it, but to each their own. Fit is extremely important. You can't beat this handling. You really can't. Put it in, take it out. If I was wearing a beanie or anything, no issue. Easy to put back in. Yeah, easy enough. Definitely not as easy to open as an AirPods. Yeah, you can't beat the AirPods Pro, okay? Glove test. On with the show. And then the Sony LinkBuds S. The other ones are considered more top tier. These ones are more budget, especially during Black Friday. But yeah, these ones are relatively easy to take out and put in. These ones are about as easy as the AirPods Pro, but not as easy to manage. Let's say I need to take them out. It's like, I feel like they're gonna slip out or they're gonna fall more so than the AirPods. But still a win there for Sony in terms of the ergonomics here of handling this in daily use. AirPods Pro 2, I'll try and be quick. The most functional, most ease of use, highest utility I believe I'm getting for an earbud. I could wear these when I'm running, I could wear them when I'm sleeping, I could wear them for meetings, I could wear them when I'm going out and about and I just get a phone call randomly. These work the best for all of those scenarios. For music listening, they are not the best, they don't have the best sound quality, but functionality wise of the case as well, this is the only case that will make a sound. This is the only case that works with Find My, which is the best ability to find the buds out of any of these by quite a mile. Plus, when I do lose something, you know, of this set, it is gonna be the case without the earbuds. I rarely ever am just gonna lose a bud somewhere, although that has happened from time to time as well. The main thing I end up losing or forgetting where I placed is the case when I have the earbuds on, or vice versa. Actually, usually, yeah, the case when I have the earbuds on, that's the main scenario where I'll end up losing something. So it's great that they added the speakers and the Find My capability on the AirPods Pro 2. Especially the USB-C version is even on an extreme sale now for Black Friday. So I do believe these are the best value, truly wireless earbuds you can get, considering everything you're getting, especially if you're on iPhone. But even if I was maining the Pixel 8 Pro, which I am sort of right now just for fun with the D brand ghost case, but even if I was just maining the Pixel 8 Pro, I still use a MacBook and I don't mind pressing a button after initial pairing to have to switch audio. In fact, even on my M2 Max MacBook Pro, I still had to click a button pretty often. Like most of the times the seamless switching didn't work with the AirPods Pro 2. That's the AirPods Pro 2. Definitely recommend. Of course, if they don't fit in your ear or they are not comfortable in your ear, then they're a write-off. Moving on, the Sony WF-1000XM5s again completely blew me away in terms of sound quality and made me want to purchase the rest of these earbuds. Actually, I think I purchased the Bang & Olufsen first because Flossie said it was the best sounding. Wasn't really impressed with the Bang & Olufsen. Plus, it was the most expensive earbuds out of all of these. Yeah, no, sound quality of these is what blew me away. Like, literally enjoy it more than some of my over-ear headphones. The only headphones that I prefer more than these is the Audeze Penrose, which are planar magnetic headsets. And by the way, Sony purchased Audeze, and I'm interested to see what Sony does with that. Like if they add planar magnetics to all their consumer earbuds, that'll be crazy because the sound quality I get out of the Audeze Penrose here, which is a planar magnetic headset, is crazy. I actually prefer this over their newer Audeze Maxwell planar magnetic headset too. And these are primarily gaming headsets, but honestly, listening to music through this one is a game changer for me. Again, not an audiophile, just enjoy good audio. What else about the Sonys? I love the case, that it's a matte black, unlike the piano black on the AirPods Pro. The AirPods Pro, I even got a SlickWrap for it. Kind of looks messed up, but whatever, I don't mind it to avoid scratches. I also like that the Sonys stand up like this. These ones sort of fall down. I guess this is a little thing. Also, yeah, the wireless charging. It doesn't take up much surface area, right? This takes up more surface area. If you were to look at like which case is slimmer, the AirPods Pro 2 case is slimmer. But yeah, kudos to Sony for pushing the envelope in terms of sound quality. Some questionable stuff here that might turn you off is if you don't like memory foam tips, like I said, you need to squeeze it before you put it in your ear. And then if you're not going to use the stock tips, you're sort of out of luck because you need the mesh, and they include the mesh with the stock tips. But if you take that off, like there's no mesh on the inside there, so you really need to get another pair of silicone tips that has the mesh on the inside, and I couldn't find any. I couldn't find any that fit the Sony WF-1000XM5 that have the mesh because these aren't as prolific as the AirPods Pro. Again, major downside is the lack of options when it comes to different ear tips when you go with any of the other non-AirPods Pro options. And that I don't think a lot of people mention. And by the way, battery life across all of these, it's not really a deciding factor for me. Like, hardly ever am I like, oh, but the battery life is bad, I guess I'm not gonna go for that one. Like, that doesn't happen for me. They all are modern earbuds. They all last more than I will ever use an earbud in one sitting. Plus they have fast charging. Like the Sony is ridiculous. I think it's something like 3 minutes will give you an hour, or 5 minutes will give you an hour of charge. And they're all different variations of that. They're all really good with charging. Next, let's talk about the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay EX, the most expensive of the bunch. Quite frankly, I do not see why. Probably just the brand. So this is more like where you just go into luxury brands. But I do like that they use the stem. That's a step in the right direction, but then they just stopped one step short of that and just included touch controls. So you have to press and hold for increasing the volume. And by the way, the press and hold thing for increasing the volume, it's not too shabby. Like, it's better than Sony's thing where you need to tap. That's a con for Sony, actually. A con for the Sony WF-1000XM5s is you need to keep tapping on the right to increase the volume and keep tapping on the left to decrease the volume. And I have accidentally skipped songs. I've accidentally turned on and off the noise canceling when I was doing that. Yeah, proclivity for unintended button presses with the Sonys is the worst out of any of these earbuds in terms of the control implementation. But yeah, they added the stems so it's easy to handle the bud, easy to put it in your ear. Case isn't easiest to open with gloves on. You need to use 2 hands to open this case, which is like, why? Why would you do that? Like, it's a 2-hand open case to open the Beoplay EX. Like, sure, I don't know. You're out and about, you get a call. Plus, I wouldn't trust these, honestly. My experience with these, same with the Sonys. One earbud will cut out sometimes, and this is both with the Pixel 8 Pro and the iPhone, so it's not like an iPhone compatibility thing. Some random issue will happen, and so they're not exactly the most reliable if you really need them to work 100% of the time. The AirPods Pro 2, I've owned them for a long time. The worst that'll ever happen is, oh, one bud wasn't charging in the case when you thought it was. And that is bad when it happens, but at least you still have the one bud that's charged, and you can use that to get both audio channels, and you can control the volume and you can control the noise canceling. When that does happen with the AirPods Pro 2, you're caught in that sticky situation, you're still set. Controls are seamless on both the earbuds. Back to the Beoplay EXs. Stems, cool. Case, biggest out of the bunch, not really that cool. Sure. Controls, mid. The fit is, again, extremely subjective, but yeah, it fits securely in my ear. It's one of the least comfortable though. Like, I'll start feeling this after 15 minutes of wearing it. I'll start to get annoyed that and notice that it's in my ear. That is not the case with the Sonys and not the case with the AirPods Pro 2. The AirPods Pro 2 are also, before I forget, they're the best for sleeping in because you won't accidentally press the buttons, and it doesn't really apply too much pressure because it doesn't dig into your ear. It's just sort of sitting on the outer part of your ear. Keep a note on that if you're listening to a lot of stuff in bed or stuff like that. What else can I say about the BM? Probably has the best EQ interface. I like it. It feels intuitive. You sort of just move in a slider up to energetic or whatever, and you can sort of control it like that. Again, I couldn't get these despite my attempts to sound as good to me as the Sony WF-1000XM5s though. And given the fact that the case is big, it doesn't really have, if you were to get this, the main reason you're getting this is for the sound quality. And to me, it's not as good. But again, if you're an audiophile, probably have your own opinion that's very different than mine. Denon Perl Pros. Again, not the most comfortable, pretty secure fit. They give you wingtips that come with them. I did experience issues where one bud would sort of make a weird sound. I just put them back in the case. The bud stopped making the weird sound. I'm not a huge fan of the sound quality, and the main reason you would go with the Denon Perl Pros, you guessed it, is the sound quality. Because the case isn't that small. Like, it's not too big, but what else can I say here? I think this one has wireless charging. I don't know. Anyway, it's not a deciding factor. The main thing this was contending for was sound quality, and to me, it doesn't sound good enough. The interface and everything, sure, is decent. You might want to give these a try if you're an audiophile and you're seeking the best sound quality. The Pixel Buds Pro. Now these ones, I was basically trying to see if Google added any googly features here that make these so good that I need to use them with my Pixel 8 Pro. Answer to that is no. There are no inherently amazing googly features that I found myself using daily here that made me use this. One thing I do love is that the fit is pretty comfortable. The controls aren't amazing. They're mid controls, like you can accidentally press them, but they do include controlling the volume on each earbud, which is something the AirPods Pro 2 previously is the only one that did that. And you can slide to control the volume. So you just slide your finger across and back. Again, the fact that that's possible here questions why Sony, with all their experience, haven't implemented that sort of volume control feature of just swiping forward and backward, because that's way more tactile, way more functional in my experience than whatever Sony did with the whole just keep tapping to increase the volume. I end up skipping something. I end up triggering some other control maybe 50% of the time. Okay, Pixel Buds Pro. I think there's some sort of Google Translate benefit here. Honestly, okay, sure, cool gimmick. Yeah, if I'm out and about and I want to translate, I'll probably just whip out my phone and have them use the Google Translate. I can do that on my iPhone using the Google Translate app. I can do it on my Pixel, whatever, Google Translate on there too. I don't get what makes it a googly feature. Again, they had a chance here to impress us. I like the look of the case. I like the look of the buds for all intensive purposes, but no stem, controls are mid. I don't see why you would go for these. It does have multi-point Bluetooth connectivity, but honestly, it doesn't make up for the lack of, basically, I would still go with the AirPods Pro 2 instead of the Pixel Buds Pro if I was primarily a Pixel user, which right now I am. I'm primarily using the Pixel 8 Pro, or I was, and then I stopped. That's why I'm wearing the Apple Watch Ultra 2. To drive the point home, the OnePlus Buds Pro 2, I'm just gonna tell you about it real quick because I wasn't planning on these being included in the video. Basically trying to be the AirPods Pro 2, but they don't have volume control. They have multi-point connectivity, which works decent enough, but not really as good as the seamless switching between Apple devices. It keeps slipping out of my ear. I don't know if I showed you that, but I can't get a secure fit. Like, I don't even feel comfortable taking this to the gym because I know it's just gonna fall out, and I don't want to lose these because they don't have Apple's Find My, so I don't know if I'll be able to find them. Maybe they have some sort of Find My in here, but I personally don't trust it. Plus, I don't want to lose the case. I don't want to mess with it at all. I'm just gonna return it. I don't know, guys. Like, I don't really, past a certain point, if it doesn't fit in your ear, do I really care about the rest of that stuff? No. Plus, let's say you were to go with this, the lack of third-party options for ear tips, then it makes it questionable. You know, you're gonna have to go through a return, you're gonna have to go through all that. But just wanted to add here kudos to OnePlus because they clearly understood the assignment, at least, which is to basically copy the AirPods Pro design because it's the easiest to handle. We already know it's the best comfort for security trade-off. So I don't want to hate on them too much. Like, they're definitely a contender if you were completely opposed to using the AirPods Pro for some reason. These are definitely a consideration alongside the Sony WF-1000XM5s. I just wouldn't choose them because the active noise canceling isn't too good. The fit, obviously for me, like, I couldn't find third-party tips that support these, and the left bud keeps falling out of my ear, right? So I like where they're going with this. Next year, if they release another version of this, add volume controls to the stem, maybe improve the case ergonomics a bit, like try to go for something closer to the AirPods Pro, and improve the noise canceling. Improve the noise canceling, add volume controls. These will definitely be a recommendation then. And also, I don't know, release memory foam tips for these or support them to some extent with different tip options so that people can get the fit they want, since at least as far as I can see here in Canada, people aren't jumping on the opportunity to make third-party tips for this yet. Probably because the sales volume just isn't there, right? Like, how many people are actually buying these buds globally? I don't know. That's the note there on the OnePlus Buds Pro 2. A great attempt. Understood the assignment. Initial thoughts here. LinkBuds S, you can find these for a good price. The noise canceling is mid, sound quality is just worse than the Sony WF-1000XM5s, but it's still pretty good. I think for the price here, it's decent, but honestly, you're getting better value here with the AirPods Pro 2 in my opinion. If you just cough up the extra money, you're getting a lot more functionality with the AirPods Pro 2 versus the Sony LinkBuds S. It's just one man's opinion, okay? If you prefer Sony for whatever reason, then yeah. What else about the LinkBuds S? I know for sure these ones don't have wireless charging, so if you care for that, the battery life is decent. The comfort, it's really good. It's really lightweight, but I don't know. I never intended for this video to be about value buds, so I'm not gonna talk too much about this, okay? I'm just looking for the best truly wireless bud. In my opinion, that is the AirPods Pro 2, followed by the Sony WF-1000XM5s. I might keep the Sony WF-1000XM5s. I'll probably actually will because I really like the sound quality for music. For everything else, really, I'm fine with the AirPods Pro 2. Plus, you listen to the AirPods Pro 2, and if you don't listen to these side by side, like back to back, you really won't know what you're missing. But after you listen to this for a few days, you'll start to realize what you're missing. I do prefer the noise canceling also on the AirPods Pro 2. Actually, surprising thing. When I'm out in the streets, just walking somewhere, walking to the grocery store or whatever, I can hear cars a lot more and stuff with the Sony WF-1000XM5s, which is counter to what most reviewers said. And this is on both phones. I've tested it on the Pixel 8 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max with both buds pretty consistently at the gym and at when I'm walking outside. I can hear content. If I'm listening to a YouTube podcast, I'm listening to any YouTube video or anything like that, I can hear it way better on the AirPods Pro 2 as opposed to the WF-1000XM5. Not that it's bad, okay? but definitely for all other content other than music, I would go AirPods Pro 2. If you're mainly music, I would go with the WF-1000XM5s. Just be aware of everything you're giving up. The ease of controls, the Apple Find My capability of the case and everything like that, the ease of maneuvering the buds in and out of your ear. These are things, little things that add up to make an extremely seamless user experience here, especially given that I can use this running, gym, sleeping, meetings, everything like that. These running, it's questionable because you sort of feel the pressure and you feel when you're running, everything like that. You can use it at the gym. I use it at the gym just fine, but again, the ear tips, you only get that one option of one stock ear tips. This one, you can get memory foam ear tips, you can get spin fit ear tips, you can get wing tips. The aftermarket tip market for ensuring a good fit in the AirPods Pro 2 is much bigger than the WF-1000XM5. So if you're not able to buy the buds somewhere where they allow returns, the least risk I would say is going for the AirPods Pro 2. Especially considering the AirPods Pro 2 hold their value the most. I sold my AirPods Pro 1 2 years after buying it for 150 Canadian dollars, I think, or it was 200 Canadian dollars, something like that. It was a decent amount of money that I got back. That will not be the case, I'm pretty sure, with the WF-1000XM5s because of the fact that they have stock tips, memory foam tips. It's not an Apple product. There's not as big of a market out there, I don't think, for the WF-1000XM5s. I could be wrong. Okay, I could be wrong there, but I doubt it. Okay, I think the AirPods Pro 2 will hold their value better than the Sony or any other bud here. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. That's an extreme assumption there, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. I mostly sell my stuff on Facebook Marketplace. And that's it, guys. That's all she wrote. That is a review of all 6 of these truly wireless earbuds. Hopefully helped you make your decision. Links in the description below if you need to purchase any of the products. They do support the channel. A like and subscribe is greatly appreciated, of course. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers here. Yeah, let's see what this YouTube monetization is all about. That's pretty cool, huh? I think, honestly, everyone should start a review channel because I love watching review videos. The more opinions we have out there, the better educated choice we can make. It's only so useful to see someone saying objectively, oh, so X, Y, and Z, the battery life. Like, that's useful, sure, but I don't know. I can go to Rtings and gather that just by looking at the Rtings page for straight up metrics, right? I come to YouTube looking for someone's opinion and real life experience with the product. Probably divided the audience here, but the AirPods Pro 2 are a safe buy. This is Safe Buys, and I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Peace.